Okay, so studio. First things first, we got the big old Yorkville YSM 8s. They're too big, actually, for this room. I wouldn't actually recommend getting monitors this big because they get really loud, but I like it just because it gets all the qualities of bass that I want in my sounds. I get pretty bassy mixes, but then I bounce back between that and the headphones here. Yeah, I got the Audio-Technica. These are the ATH M50Xs. Studio standard. I recommend getting these bad boys. These are so nice. Such good bass response and clarity and all the ranges that you need. Behringer B1. Very simple microphone. We also have the newer Vocal Booth NW7. That's pretty... I don't really know much about that, but it's just a Vox guard. Kind of keeps the sound from bouncing all over the place if you just kind of tuck it up there. And we got a pop filter. We got a broken piano and a working guitar. It's an Epiphone Special 2. It's kind of similar to a Les Paul. And this is very sad. It just fell and broke like not too long ago. So, oh yeah, then we got the interface as well, the Focusrite Scarlett Solo. This guy works really well for what I need it for. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the kick. Or, yeah, we're gonna start with the 808 actually right now. Just to change things up a little bit. Really good thing to start with your 808s is start it with an octave above where you're going to actually want the range to be, because then you're going to get a lot more accurate sounds coming to your ears. So this versus this. If you work with like stuff below, you can kind of tell how it's better to work with something that's way higher up. So we're going to start with C6. We're in the key of C. I'm going to put the pattern down. And we're going to make a nice little bass melody. Like I said, this is actually an octave above where we're gonna be. Everything is in place. We got cut itself set. So basically, as this note plays the duration of one note, the next note hits, it's gonna cut off that first note. So you're not gonna have overlapping bass lines. I see, a lot of people do that, and it feels wrong, overlapping your bass. Sometimes it can make a cool effect, but I'd say generally keep your bass notes on mono. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this down a couple notes. Ooh. Now to add my kicks. So I already got them side chained, apparently. I didn't realize I did that already, but I'll tell you a little something about side chaining. It's not always necessary. If you mix your kicks differently than you have your 808s, if your 808s aren't super low, or if your bass isn't super low and your kick has a nice sub frequency, you can isolate that, and you don't have to necessarily sidechain it. If they hit about the same frequency, you want to sidechain. And lightly, because this is pretty heavy sidechain, so we can bring the threshold up a little bit so it's not slamming in your mix. also have, if you'd like to take a quick look at this, Fab Filter Saturn. It's a multi-band compressor. It's really nice for getting the tones out of your 808s. So I can even bring it down a little bit. It's kind of loud. Next, I'm gonna hop on these hi-hats. Try like every 8. And we got the clap, of course. And we got my other clap. I'm gonna add that in next. I got a nice little effect I could add. So we got all our drums and everything kind of in the right place. So now we can work on the melody. The key seems to be G minor, which isn't a huge deal because doesn't mean much to a lot of people. We're gonna work with that though. Give them a nice chord. I might want to flip this around. Put this one on like the second part. Ooh, I like that. Oh, that sounded nice. So that's just like a nice overtone that I can EQ later on and kind of work with in the mix. The melody isn't a huge part to this because it's not like, it's kind of like the harmony and the melody just complementing each other. So I'm gonna get really high up onto the Electrac synth now because it has a lot more pop to it. I'm gonna go ahead and do quarter beat. That's too random. I'm also gonna turn this one down because that's freaking loud, dude. And we're gonna just... It's too noodly. I'd do a nice couple chords. Yeah. Christmas type beats with Jak.Mak. So yeah, we got a couple options for our plugin here. We can add like a tremolo effect. I'm gonna go ahead and use, and this is not conventional, gross beat. That's conventional, but nobody uses gross beat for tremolo, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You have to count each bar as you go. Make sure it's lined up just right. I'm gonna add this crazy effect now. So I'll do like 2 notes. This gross beat tremolo, I don't know if this is it, but I could fade it in and out, create an automation clip, so it kind of just comes in very subtly. You got 50% on the tremolo now. Second pattern, so that when the melody hits, it's a little bit more impactful. That's nice. Yeah. There's a bit more going on. Lately I have been doing this insane thing with my intros and stuff. I'll take a little section of it and just track that out. Just usually the intro or something really minimal. And then I'll track it out. I'll just save it as a WAV file so that I can mess with it in a different way than, like, it's like interacting with a sample instead of interacting with MIDI files and synths and stuff. So we got this tiny little section I can just fuck with. So we're gonna like bring in like some tempo variations. Copy value. And gonna go ahead and do paste value. I'm gonna delete that. Put a little curve on it so the tempo kind of like phases in. It's like, that didn't quite work because I didn't put, no, I did put auto on. Maybe it will work. I don't know. It's got me in a bind. Oh, but what if I reversed it? That might sound cool. Huh. Sounds trippy. What if I just extend it? Oh. How would I fix that? Oh, I think I know. I already know. I gotta stretch it and then unstretch it. It's a funny little FL trick. Stretch. Stretch. This is pretty hard, actually. 110 BPM. It's just like an R&B song. All right. Uncle Jackson. He's so funny. So yeah, we got our whole ass beat here.